Welcome back to Board Games Daddy. The commander decks for Outlaws of Thunder Junction have come out, and in 4 videos I'm going to open the 4 commander decks. It's going to be Quick Draw, Grand Larceny, Desert Bloom, and Most Wanted. Stay tuned. Orlando Bloom. Got it. Now, Desert Bloom. Red, green, and white deck. So you'll discard lands and grow them back. So this guy is very aligned with nature and cactus. So who is this guy? Orlando Bloom. No, it's Yuma, proud protector. After fleeing his old life, Yuma finds new purpose, caring for an infant cactus folk. Okay. It's part of his deck. So let's see what is inside. Desert Bloom. Is that a companion there or is part of the card? Stay sharp, little cowpoke. Cowpoke. I don't know that expression. Because the cactus pokes the cows. Not just the cows, but anything that goes closer to them. Okay, so what we have here. So we start by taking a look at this envelope, which brings the amazing deck boxes. Look at this one here. Just unfold everything and voila! There's a deck box that will store the cards, sleeved cards with premium sleeves, a life dial, the tokens inside, everything. Okay. If you are lucky, you may have the chance to have a big card from this. Sorry, I didn't show collector booster sample pack. If you see my other videos from this is the fourth one, to be honest, that I'm recording, the fourth one. So I got lots of duplicates from the previous collector sample boosters. So let's see if I'm luckier this time. Oh! Maybe I was. Who is this one? Chisa, the Hellraiser. That's a mythic there. Okay, maybe this was a good catch. What about the next one? A clear shot. Newspaper card. Okay. Well, mythic is always good. One less that I need to go after, so thank you for that. So don't forget to take the tokens out. Then inside you also have this paper that tells you a little bit about the deck itself, how to play, the commander rules if you're not familiar with. Who doesn't know commander right now? And then there's a bit of lore from the main commander, which I always like to read. Yuma came to Thunder Junction looking for a new start, a former enforcer for crime family on New Capenna. Okay, so this is a New Capenna guy. Thanks. Yuma is a skilled fighter with a unique ability to talk to plants. Usually the plants are happy to listen and help him out in a pinch. But he hasn't grasped the language of Thunder Junction flora quite yet. Oh, the plants there speak a different language, makes sense, right? Yuma is true to himself and his beliefs and will always do what he thinks is right, a tendency that has put him on the wrong side of his former employers. When the Phyrexian invaded New Capenna, Yuma was tasked with guarding his boss, a high-ranking member of the Cabareti family. However, spotting a group of children from another criminal family in peril, Yuma abandoned his charge to save their lives. Infuriated at his perceived betrayal, Yuma's boss banished him from the Cabareti and put a price on his head. Now, on the run, Yuma has slipped through an omen path and found himself on Thunder Junction. Here he has found a new life and a new purpose, a hungry and bowling baby cactus folk. Lost and alone, Yuma now walks the plain, infant in tow, in search of the baby's family, and determined to protect one life in hopes of redeeming his own. What a sad story. So, there's a movie which is called, I don't know in English the name, to be honest. It's with Whoopi Goldberg, and she works in a cabaret, and then she goes and goes to a church to be a nun, right? And in the Portuguese is something like from cabarete to the convent, something like that. I don't know if the translation is understandable or not. So this guy is very similar, right? It's from cabaretti, which I guess it's the same thing, right? It's stage acting. The cabaretti are famous from the stage acting. From cabaretti to cactus. Cactus babysitting. There he is. So okay. So I'm the only one. Am I the only one seeing here a very similar ripoff to Mandalorian? So guy that is trying to redeem himself, carrying a baby Yoda, baby cactus. Uh, Fuck 8 mana is that's high. That's high. And he'll have now the commander, extended art. There's no plastic commander anymore, so this is good. No one really wanted the plastic versions. What does it? Wow, 6/6? Is this a beast guy here? The spell costs 1 less to cast for each land in your graveyard. That's why you'll be discarding lands. Okay. But how does this work? When Yuma enters the battlefield or attacks, you may sacrifice a land. If you do, you draw a card. Okay, you get the lands back for him to. Whenever a desert card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, you create a plant warrior. Okay, so desert cards are specific lands that say desert. So I guess this deck will have lots of mechanics around the deserts. Oh, you can play with the sprout, Kiri. Other plants and tree folks you control get +2 at the beginning of the post-combat main phase. Return target plant, tree folk land card from your graveyard to your hand, so you'll recycle the plants a lot. Okay, so there's a desert here. One desert. Like exiles graveyards. Oh, the Sun Titan. Omanath, Locus of Rage. Landfall. Okay, so you sacrifice lands, but landfall. Exile all creatures. What's this one? Descend upon the sinful. Wow. Flying Angel. Chromatic Lantern. Marshal's Anthem. Mountain Forest. These lands are coming up front, so they might be important. The Scoot Swarm. Oh, the Scoot Swarm. This is a problem, Scoot Swarm. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green insect token. But if you have 6 or more lands, you create a token that is a copy of this one. So it starts multiplying himself exponentially. This is a real danger. I've seen this in action. Be careful with that. So search for 2 lands, put them, and then create zombies. You may play additional lands. Rumor Nap Excavator. You may play lands from your graveyard. That's the trick here. Play lands from the graveyard. Sacrifice and play. Sacrifice and play. Yeah. Mill 3 cards. When he dies, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay, so this is going to be crazy. Landfall. This dragon with landfall. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into graveyard from anywhere, you create plants. You sacrifice the plants, and the land comes back to your hands. Savine's Reclamation. Return permanent cards from grave. Ancient Green Warden. You may play lands from the graveyard. Okay, so I guess all the cards that allow you to do that will be in this deck. There's Titania, Protector of Argoth. Return target land from graveyard. Whenever land is put into the graveyard, you create a land elemental. Okay. In theory, this looks like it's going to be functional. You play lands from graveyard again. Okay, this is going to be dangerous. Whenever landfall. Azazon, Shaper of Sands. He has Desert Walk. You may play desert cards from the graveyard. Okay. Desert Walk is something that probably doesn't make much sense, but Heaven and Earth. Direct damage. Genesis Hydra. Not not a desert, just a filtering, the mending of Dominaria. Decimate. Sand Scout. Enters the battlefield. If your other has more lands, you can search for a desert card. Embrace the unknown. Dune Chanter. Oh, this one must be from the family of the baby thing. Lands you control are land cards you own. No, you control and land cards you lands you control and land cards you own that aren't on the battlefield are deserts. Okay, so everything becomes a desert. Everything becomes a desert, basically. Cataclysmic Prospect. Vengeful Regrowth. Return up to 3 lands from your graveyard into the battlefield tapped. With flashback. Angel of Indemnity. Cactus Preserve. Rumbleweed. It's an 8/8 elemental. It becomes a very big rumbleweed. Costs 1 less for each land into the grave. Vigilance, Reach, and Temple. And gives a overrun to everything else when it comes into play. Boots, Explore. Soul, Sati Refinder. Lands, Perpetual Timepiece. Sculling Sensation. It's a desert. That filters mana. Magmatic Insight. Okay. The Desert of the True. Okay, so I guess this is an old card, already a desert, so it's not something that just come. Yeah, this is Amonkhet, right? Yeah, Amonkhet was in the desert, so the desert cards probably came from there. Jungle Shrine. Peter Reunion. Oh, that's Urza and Mishra, right? Urza and Mishra. Yeah, Desert of the Fervent. What were you? Oh, these were common cards, so I guess they back then they have no, they didn't have any value. What about this one? Dunes of the Dead. When Dunes of the Dead is put into graveyard from battlefield, create a token, a zombie. So there was already some kind of mechanic to sacrifice deserts there. Shifet Dunes. Oasis, also a desert. All the desert cards in Magic came to this deck. Springwood Drone, Signets, Unholy Eat. That's a flamethrower. Electric Revelation. Arrow. Psh, another desert. Okay, map of there's a desert. Angel of Ruins. Scared Tiller. And the lands. Cool. And there are the tokens here: plant insect, plant, zombie, plant warrior, the dragon hack. Plant warrior. We'll leave that to the end. Dragons. Ox. Oh, sand warrior. It's gold, multicolored. The angel and wow, the elemental. And then this set introduces the bounty cards. So the bounty are a separate deck like Plane Chase that you can add. You need to have at least 6, and then on the third turn you flip the top one and you have a bounty that every player could try to get. It's here. And if you get the reward, you draw the next one, or if no one can gets the reward, it goes like 1 level up. So the first level is you create a treasure token. If you win, 2 treasure tokens. Level 2, level 3, create 2 treasure tokens or draw a card. And level 4, you create 2 treasure tokens and you draw a card. So the bounties that came with this deck are Lord Fajal. At the beginning of your end step, if a land card was put into your graveyard from anywhere, collect your reward. This is good for this deck because you'll be sacrificing. Pack the Fleeting Filcher. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, you collect a reward. And Varabat Anifer. At the beginning of your end step, if the nearest opponent to your right has the turn, you don't collect your reward. Yes, that's good. And this was it, yeah. We're done here. So this was Desert Bloom, aka Orlando Bloom. Don't forget, I hope you've enjoyed to the point that you consider leaving a like and sharing the telegrams, messengers, WhatsApp groups with all your friends, Signal, the Tinders, the Bumbles. You know where you are. And if you like Magic, then I truly invite you to visit the channel where I have a dedicated playlist just for Magic and other card games in general and board games as well. So I truly believe that you'll find interesting content in my channel if you subscribe. Thank you for watching until the end, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.